And a good Saturday morning, everybody. Welcome to day number 3 of the 2025 Battle at the Beach, live from Rowan University here in Glassboro. We are live, of course, on a Saturday morning, getting ready for a full day of football. Mike Gill and Doug Stasic will bring you all of the coverage of today's game between the Highland Tartans and the Southern Rams. Now, Highland obviously 1-9 last year, struggled through the season, but they got to struggle through the season, Doug, with a freshman quarterback that we're going to get to see now as a sophomore, and all that experience a year ago should help Highland have a much better season in 2025.
Yeah, a breakfast version of Battle at the Beach here at Richard Wacker Stadium, Mike. And the sophomore quarterback, Elijah Capra of Highland, is going to be the one under center, as Highland wearing the very much University of North Carolina-like blue uniforms today, where Southern is wearing the white and the gold helmets, Mike. But for Capra, that experience as a freshman is not something that you normally would get at a varsity level. He's going to bring that experience to the table here. But for Southern, a little bit more of a, we'll call it decorated crew, 6-4 last year. And they're coming in after going into the Central Jersey playoffs. We're going to step away for the playing of our national anthem.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
Back live here at Richard Wacker Stadium on the campus of Rowan University. We just kind of took a look at Highland 1-9 a year ago, but Southern comes in at 6-4, kind of a new look Southern team driving down from Manahawkin here to Glassboro. This is a team that has a lot of football tradition, and their head coach Chuck Donahue entering year 55.
Yeah, 281, 212, and 4, Mike. Southern, this is their second visit to Battle of the Beach. They are 1-0, but a bit of a quad of experience, starting with quarterback Carson Abato, the junior.
We'll have it for you right here on primeevents.net and all the YouTube outlets and the social media feeds. Hit the repost button, hit the like button, and get ready as Highland and Southern start their 2025 seasons at the Battle at the Beach. Highland, by the way, 0-3 in this event, so they have been a staple here. As Doug mentioned, Southern is 1-0. Highland head coach Sean Daniels, 1-9. This is his second season. Chuck Donahue, as we mentioned, starting year 55 for the Rams. The Rams coming off a playoff loss in round 1 in the Group 5 Centrals last year. And these two teams looking to start off fresh with a victory at the Battle at the Beach. It's been a good start. Thursday night in Ocean City, last night here at Rowan. And this Saturday morning is underway. Kick taken around the 20, 25, 30, spins out of a tackle and gets up the field is Luke Ioro for Southern. And the Rams will start their 2025 season on 1st down and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
A little bit more of a veteran presence for the Southern Rams. You saw back deep there, joining Iorio was Chris Robb, the junior receiver. He's going to wear number 5. You're going to see him breaking huddle coming towards the bottom of your screen. And this junior and senior heavy class is going to be a test for the Tartans.
Botto under center, 2 receivers to the near side of the field. I formation in the backfield. Little bubble screen and incomplete. It's actually a bubble screen above the line of scrimmage. Still a high throw. Look for Chris Robb, and he's a guy who caught 14 passes for 242 yards and 3 touchdowns last season. He is their top returning target in the pass game.
Yeah, good coverage there by Carmelo Stewart for Highland. He's going to have his hands full, the tight end, covering out of the slot.
2nd and 10 from their 38. They break the huddle, sending one receiver to the far side, one to the near. Shotgun formation. Man in motion to the near side. Offset eye in the backfield. Man in the slot comes in motion now, and they hand to the slot man. Gets a block, cuts up, crosses the 40 to the 45, spins, near first down yardage. And Chris Robb carried the football.
They go to the veteran juniors. We check out the instant replay. Good motion, and that just gets the Tartan defense moving. Good cutback lane off the seal block there for the Tartans.
Aiden Covell with a key block to kind of spring that up. And it's a first down for a short third down for the Rams. 3rd and 1. They break the huddle with Abato under center. Tight formation on the far side of the field. I formation in the backfield. And there is a flag. Our first flag of the day.
And it looks like the Tartans were lined up in the neutral zone. That'll cost them 5 and an automatic first down.
Free first down. No play needed. And that will move the ball across the 50 into enemy territory. 1st down and 10. Ball on the 47. Just starting things off here between Highland and Southern. And, of course, it's a full day of football. It's the final day of the event. It's been a fantastic event. Rob to the far side. Abato barking out the signals, staring over a 5 front. Rolls out, hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. And he had a ton of pressure in his face from Micah Cook.
Yeah, Micah Cook here, Mike, was probably surprised to see that there was no one there to cover him on the end. Southern trying to keep him sleeping, try to go with a bootleg to the weak side, but no one here was faked. And that's just good pressure and a big spot.
And even if he caught it, Doug, it looks like he was going to be met pretty quickly. So a good defensive effort there by the Tartans. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 48-yard line. Shotgun formation. 2 wides to the far side. 1 to the near. Counter off the right side near the 45-yard line. Aiden Covell, the senior, gets his first carry of the 2024 season.
Yeah, Highland is going out with a 4-3 defensive front here, trying to take advantage, go into a quarters formation in the defensive backfield. So Southern trying to create space and get their playmakers in the open field.
Putting up 3rd down and about 8 for the Rams. They break the huddle with Iorio split far to the far side of the field. Offset eye in a shotgun formation. Abato looks at a 5-man front. Back to throw. Steps up. Tucks it. Looking for the yardage. And he is going to be, it looks like, just short. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like he is going to be right around the first down marker.
Good awareness here by Abato. He notices he doesn't have anything down the field, steps up into the slot, and they're going to give him the first down. As you see it on the replay, just stretches it out about the 37.
So it is a first down run for Abato, and that extends this drive to a 1st down and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, give credit to the Tartans defense there, Mike. So it's very important they're playing a zone presence in the defensive secondary, and staying home is critical.
1st and 10, 2 wides. I formation in the backfield. Abato under center. Sends a man in motion to the far side of the field. And he got a whistle. They looked like a bubble screen they were going to kind of set up out there. And it's a delay of the game penalty on Southern, so that'll march them back 5 yards.
That's a critical mistake here. When you're 1st and 10, you got good tempo. 1st and 15, much different than 1st and 10. I think it's a bit surprising, though. There's no man defense in the secondary going right now. for Highland, so to try to use that excessive motion, I'm just not a fan.
Looked like they were trying to kind of set up a swing pass out of the backfield and let the receiver catch it on the run. Sets up second down. Excuse me, 1st and 15 after the penalty. Off the right side. Not a lot of running room for Covell.
Good discipline here by the Highland Tartans. You know, Mike, when you see a running back come in motion across the formation, generally speaking, you'd like to see the down lineman almost shift into the strong side, but that wasn't the recipe, and good coverage here by the Tartans.
Zion Broken Barrow, the middle linebacker, he's a senior, helping out a host of Highland tacklers there.
Well, they're dead middle of the field, and going back into the gun is going to be Abato. Look for the seam pass.
2nd and 14. Fakes. Complete. Gets a couple blockers. Bounces to the outside. Still on his feet. Knocked up to around the 30-yard line, so the pitch and catch is complete to Ace Williams, the senior.
Ace Williams contributing here, but nice out front block by Braden Sherlin. You'll see it here on the replay. He wears number 54. Look at this lineman. Come right out, Mike. Get out in front of him. Try to give his man some room, and he obviously gained him another 5 to 6 yards with that good block and showing that athleticism by the big man up front.
10-yard pickup on the play. Sets up a 3rd down and 4 as we come up on 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Abato, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, an offset eye in the backfield. And he gets movement on the Tarletons, and jumping, looks like it was Odoms.
Yeah, that's a dreaded free first down. That 5 yards is going to move the chains. I had just given a lot of credit to Highland about the discipline that the front four was showing, and Abato took a part of their aggression.
Yeah, a couple of guys moved, by the way. Afrahi was the other one, and he's a sophomore. He is a big dude up front. It's one of the reasons why Highland thinks that they have a chance to turn that 1-9 season around this season. After the offsides, it's another first down. 1st and 10. Inside hand, spinning, hit, and flipping up to around the 20-yard line is Covell. So Covell.
Yeah, he's a bit of a frequent flyer, and right now what Southern is trying to do is use the spread formation. So you saw that slot to the right. They have double backs in the backfield. That's creating natural running lanes, and they're taking advantage.
Brockenborough on the tackle. 7-13, 2nd down and 2. Nice little 8-yard pickup by Covell. Strong side right, I formation in the backfield. Abato, play action, time, steps up, rolls, and he is brought down. And a sack, big sack on that play. And it looks like Brockenborough got him from the middle linebacker position.
Yeah, Brockenborough comes flying up. This is, again, just great defense. Abato has his eyes upfield. He's looking to his right. He wants to go for the out route. It's not there. As he goes to run, stepping up there is the big man, number 0, Brockenborough. And he's got a reason to celebrate here early.
Yeah, Ben Recker, the center, tried to step into him, and he just ran right through him. Great job. And it's 3rd and 7. We got a flag. And it's encroachment on the defense. Another major penalty in a spot where the defense gets a little momentum.
Yeah, 3rd penalty on the drive against Highland. That's 15 free yards. There's a lot of things that you love to collect when they're free, but I can tell you that's not one of them as a defense.
So the 5-yard penalty will set up a 3rd down and 2 now instead of a 3rd down and 7, which essentially gives you now 2 plays you can run here.
Yeah, look for Highland to blitz.
2 receivers to the near side of the field, 1 in the slot. Inside handoff, little trap play, still on his feet, bouncing to around the 5-yard line, inside the 5 to the 4. Nico Alescu. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, run between the tackles, dude. Look at the Highland defensive formation. There's a natural lane between the A and the B gaps. So why not? Little inside handoff, little wiggle. Keep the pads square, head up, and go downfield. 1st and goal.
Sneak a little inside handoff on. Let's see what they do on 1st and goal. Ball placed right on the 5-yard line. Southern's opening drive of the season is in the red zone. They hand off up the middle, pushing forward. And in for the score, Nico Alesko. And Southern scores first. They lead it 6-0 on a 5-yard touchdown run by Alesko.
Well, there's been a couple times where we've seen them want to go to the pass, but why bother? This Southern offensive line, Mike, they are moving men, and they are creating gaps. I mean, look at 72 out front.
Cooper Wolick, Ben Recker. Those are some lineman names, Recker and Wolick up front for the Rams. They take a 6-0 lead, and the extra point is good. And Southern leads it 7-0 here with 5:14 to play. Highland will get the ball next right here on PrimeEvents.net.
Pride, passion, and persistence. These are the values that drive us all at Ron Jaworski Golf. We strive to deliver outstanding conditions as well as playability for golfers of all ages and abilities. Our championship golf courses offer a variety of challenges, from a link-style walk along the river to an escape into the pines and everything in between. My team at Ron Jaworski Golf is committed to delivering memorable experiences every single day. See all we do at ronjaworskigolf.com.
A 5-yard touchdown run from Nico Alesko puts Southern on the board. They lead it 7-0 at the Battle at the Beach at Rowan today, as where the back end of this event will finish off. Last night, Rowan. Yesterday, all day, Rowan. Thursday night, Ocean City. Year number 4. Mike Gill, Doug Stasic bringing you all the action here.
58-yard drive, Mike, that ate up 6 minutes and 48 seconds of quarter number 1. That there is textbook offensive football.
The right leg swings through the football, caught around the 10-yard line. Backing up, getting a blocker, bouncing to the outside, crosses the 25, out to the 30. The flag comes flying in, back around the 20. We'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, good return here for Highland.
Colin Robinson was the return man. But there is a flag, and flags have been a story, and it is a holding penalty against Highland. And that really, you talked about the drive and the yardage, but the penalties have been a problem as we see Williams return, and there's the hold.
Yeah, Evan Stark was in a great position to break and make that tackle for the Rams. Ultimately, number 34, Ty Eckhart, is a guy we're going to hear a lot about as a linebacker for the Rams, takes him down, but to no avail. So this will put the Tartans back to the 20. Oh, they're going deeper than that. That is costly, Mike.
And penalties have been the story for them. They've had a couple stops on defense and then extended drives because of their penalties. And let's see if sophomore quarterback Elijah Capra, 540 yards, 2 touchdowns as a freshman, so he does have varsity experience, and that 1-year jump to the next is usually one of the big jumps you'll see if someone plays as a freshman and now they're a sophomore. So Capra in a shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field, and he hands off and immediately hit is George Livingston, the running back. A nice play up the middle by the Southern defense.
Yeah, Livingston stays home, shoots the gap, and you'll see it right here. So spread formation, inside handoff, but where we saw the Tartans kind of sit back, Mike, it looks like Southern, they were all about it. They're already shooting gaps, and that's a big wrap by number 15.
Yeah, that's Alesko who scored the touchdown and then makes a big hit. So he's all over the field already this season. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side of the field. Man shifts in motion to the near side. High snap taken by Capri. Hands off. Livingston out to the 20, and he is taken down. Nice open field tackle there. Nick German.
And Nick German comes off of the end. Southern sitting in a 5-2 front. No hesitation. Identifies the shift, follows the motion man, and decides that I'm going to step up off the edge. And that looked like something you'd see at Cowtown Rodeo, not too far here from Glassboro.
3rd and 4. 3:50 left to play. Opening quarter. Highland breaks the huddle. They send a man to the far side of the field, one to the near. Running back off to the right of Capra. He was in a shotgun, sends a man in motion to the far side of the field. Back to throw, and it is tipped in the air. He was intending to throw it to Greg Wright out of the backfield, but the Southern defense all over there and getting a hand on it. It looked like Lucas Alescu.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to hit Wright on the wheel route here towards the bottom of your screen. But again, they keep dialing up the blitz, and that's interesting because the tight end was on that side, but didn't matter. Have a job to do. Be proud, young man, is number 22.
So
I guess it's the Alescu brothers.
So far, that one's a sophomore, Lucas. Punt formation on 4th and 4. Short, end over end. Bounces it around the 30, and it'll roll backwards, and they're going to have to touch it. And the net on that one is about 11 yards, it looks like.
Tough break for Highland, and what we saw with the Southern offense to start this game, giving them a short field, is not ideal early in the first quarter, 3:15 to go.
Yeah, they basically can't flip the field. They couldn't get a first down, so Southern has to feel pretty good about their opportunity here. Already with a 7-0 lead, 3:14 left to play in the first. They've got the football resting on the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation. See if they take advantage of the short punt. They hand off inside, and it is a gain of 5 as Aiden Covell right behind the center wrecker and gets himself half of the yardage to the sticks. It's a 2nd down and 5.
We're dating ourselves, Mike, but the old school Vince Lombardi Green Bay offense, 5 yards in a cloud of dust, run everything between the tackles. The Southern offensive line is just salivating, and they keep moving the ball forward, play after play.
2nd down and 5, ball at the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. Man. Another counter. And Alescu breaks a tackle, falls forward, and he's close to a first down. He's going to be about a yard short as the ball will sit on the 21-yard line. They need the 20 for the first down. 3rd and 1.
Left side of the Southern offensive line continuing to shine. You know, we talked earlier about number 72, Cooper Wallach, and again out in front, Braden Sherlin, who wears number 54. So Sherlin, Mike, how about this? 6'6", 260 pounds. I'd like to run behind a guy like that.
Well, they've been effective doing so today. 3rd and 1. They're going to hand it off the right side. Cavell, and he is hit, but I believe he has enough for the first down yardage. So they do. First down. So Southern takes the safe route off the right side there, and it's a first down for the Rams with 1:36 left to play here in this first quarter.
As they get another set of fresh downs, you got to imagine it's rinse and repeat. Our good friend Billy Osborne always says the next play you call is the one that just worked. I would expect to see more of the same. We've only seen probably about 3 running plays from Southern, but they have all worked.
First and 10, ball inside the 20. Complete to the flat on the left side of the field and out towards the 10-yard line. And another completed pass. It is Chris Robb. Just a simple little pitch and backyard catch there.
Yeah, and when you're successful with the run, it opens up these opportunities. You know, you don't want to be as aggressive on the outside, expecting to see the ball back in. So Robb just picks it up, floats out to his left, picks up 3 Highland defenders. But nonetheless, good 6-yard first down play.
Kind of an extension of the run game there. Just a quick little pitch and catch into the flat for the completed pass, and it's 2nd and 3 after the gain of 7 on the play. Could be the final play of the first quarter here. Abato hands to the motion man. Bouncing, spinning towards the 5. Now he's changing direction and into the end zone. Chris Raub
Wow. Most Saturday mornings, you'd have kids out there playing Madden, and that looked like something you'd see out of a Madden game. Run all over the field. He only needed to go 8 yards, but he runs about 30 to get this one for the TD. Good jet motion here. Top of the screen, bottom coming at you, but he says, not a lot of room. Ace Williams fighting for some extra yards, and, of course, another assist by Alescu, number 15, and Rob puts the finger up, and the kick is up, and that's good.
Alescu with a big block to spring the touchdown for his buddy Chris Robb, and the score is 14-0 Southern here at the Battle at the Beach. We'll have plenty more as Highland will get the ball for the second time coming up next.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
14-0 to score after a video game-esque touchdown run by Chris Robb for Southern. And they lead at 14-0 here at the Battle at the Beach at Rowan University's Richard Wacker Stadium. What a great facility this is for these Battle at the Beach games. Dropped at the 5, picked back up. Stutter steps at the 10. Bounces out to the 15, crosses the 20, out towards the 30, makes a man miss and gets out towards the 40-yard line. Nice return to try to get something going there by Titan Gray.
Titan Gray comes up big along with the special teams for Highland. Being down 14-0, you want to have one of those inspiring spark plug type of plays. Even though he had trouble with handling the initial kick there, Mike, he ends up putting the Tartans in a really good spot, as it'll be 1st and 10, and they're going to start this one at the 39. So,
end of the first quarter on that play there, as Southern leads Highland 14-0. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter. We'll flip the field and bring it to you next right here on PrimeEvents.net.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
Start of the second quarter, Southern leads Highland 14-0, and so far Highland has got it going both on the ground and a couple of short passes, so they feel good offensively. Highland has gone 3 and out in their early possession. This is possession number 2.
Yeah, and Southern has had no resistance, Mike. They got 90 yards of offense in the first quarter. That last drive went 3 minutes and 5 seconds for the 8-yard exclamation TD there by Robb. And for Highland, 4 penalties totaling 25 yards.
1st and 10 for Highland on their second possession, and the throw is incomplete and really kind of just in an area that nobody was around. Looked like maybe players on the wrong page.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication. Again, I think they're recognizing the pressure that Southern had provided in their first possession, and so you think throw to the spot, something that you coach early on. But for the sophomore quarterback, Elijah Capra, nobody was home.
2nd and 10, ball at the 39.
I like this strategy here. They're going to go trips to the left. Spread trips, mind you.
Shotgun formation, 5 wides. Back to throw, empty backfield, steps up, he's going to run, tucks and gets across the 45. And near first down yards, going to set up 3rd. Third down and 4.
Yeah, and so for Capra, they spread them out here. Empty backfield. He absorbs that pressure, steps up into the pocket, recognizes, hey, there's nowhere to go, but I got a clean lane. And he was able to put them in a favorable third down situation for an attempt to try to move the chains for the first time here on Saturday morning.
These two teams opened up the season a year ago. Southern won that game 17-0 at this event.
A deja vu edition.
3rd and 4. We got a whistle and a flag. Delay of the game. It is the second delay of the game we've seen. Now each team has one, but that's a big one. Highland has been killed by penalties in this game. It's extended Southern drives, and now this one on a 3rd and very makeable sets up a 3rd down and right back to where they just were on a 3rd and 9 now.
After going 3 and out, you had a great kick return to give yourself some momentum. Chains are moving. That one could be a backbreaker.
Highland breaks the huddle on 3rd down and 9. They send a receiver to the near side, a running back offset in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 in motion to the near side, and now Highland, Sean Daniels, is going to take a timeout. 10:36 left to play here in the first half. Southern leads it 14-0 here on PrimeEvents.net.
Pride, passion, and persistence. These are the values that drive us all at Ron Jaworski Golf. We strive to deliver outstanding conditions as well as playability for golfers of all ages and abilities. Our championship golf courses offer a variety of challenges from a link-style walk along the river to an escape into the pines and everything in between. My team at Ron Jaworski Golf is committed to delivering memorable experiences every single day. See all we do at ronjaworskigolf.com.
After the Highland timeout here, they'll have a 3rd down and 9, Doug, and they get the first down, then it pushes them back. Penalties have kind of been the story for them so far.
Yeah, and Highland identified that Southern's sitting in a 3-5 defense, which anybody's familiar with it, that's a very highly volatile blitz package, and I got to think that they saw something they just didn't like.
3rd and 8. Back to throw, steps up, got a man, it is picked off, intercepted, and taking the pass is Ace Williams. He's still on his feet. Williams crossing, still going across the 40, up to around the 35-yard line. Ace Williams with the pick, and it'll be Southern ball, and there's a flag on the play. We'll see what that is.
Holding.
It's on the far side of the field, probably on the return. So you would imagine they'll move 10 yards back from the spot of the hold, but nonetheless, this should be a Southern interception.
Yeah, the INT by Ace Williams. I love the call by Highland. Coming out of a timeout, try to get a matchup going down the sideline, and it looked like there he had him. He was looking for Titan Gray, the reliable junior receiver, but a little bit of extra mustard on that hot dog. And Williams just did a great job taking it in. But I love it. Look at the confidence. Look at the composure. It was just that he overthrew his receiver. Ace Williams made the play.
Well, and they struggled to punt the ball last time, so that kind of acts as, hey, if we don't complete the pass, we'll at least get the ball down the other end of the field. So Southern takes over. Bootleg, rolls out. It's complete, and it is to the tight end, Colton Orvetz. And tight end and Southern Regional have kind of gone hand in hand. They've had some good ones.
Well, Clark Harris, a long snapper and a tight end. He's an alum that Bengals fans will remember, but more recently, Mike Gesicki.
Gesicki still playing in the NFL, obviously. He was a Penn State, very, very decorated player at Penn State. Has bounced around New England, the Dolphins, Cincinnati.
Bengals love the Rams.
Complete. First down, out towards the 40. Chris Robb again. Well, if you ever ask former Atlantic City Vikings basketball coach Gene Allen about Mike Gesicki playing basketball, he might wonder why he's not playing in the NBA.
Yeah, he created some nightmares, and this is a nightmare matchup right here. So, again, spread formation, dump it off to Rob in open space. There's not a Tartan within 7 yards of him when he catches the ball, so just square the shoulders, get up the field, move the chains, and another first down for the Rams.
Ball at the 40-yard line. 9 minutes and counting here in this first half. Abato hands off inside. Enescu bounces to the outside. He's got a corner to the 20. Jumps over, or tries to anyway, as the tackle was made by London Butts. But a big run on the play of 23 yards and another Southern first down.
Yeah, this is a big run here, but again, a little bit of just awareness. So the Tartans do a good job of getting upfield defensively, but that created a natural lane for Enescu. And after a good tackle there in the secondary, the Rams continuing to move mountains with the big man up front.
20-yard gain on the play, 1st and 10. Man in motion to the far side of the field. It's going to hand off again. Up the middle. Ooh, maybe a touchdown-saving tackle there by Amor Bussey, because Aiden Covell looked like he saw daylight there.
Yeah, again, this running off of the edge between the tackles, it's just impressive. But look at the pull by the guard, number 62. Big-time play, and when you have those kind of athletic guards, Mike, that can really put linebackers on their heels.
2nd down and 1, gain of 9 on the play. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Into the backfield is Jack Ramsey, wearing number 28 in white. Abato in a shotgun with a pro set look. Hands off, and first down inside the 5. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Rams. Another big carry by Aiden Covell.
Yeah, and another good job out there by the tight end, Colton Orovets, the senior, 6'1", 220 pounds, helping pave the way.
Orovets had a big catch on this drive. Long line of these Southern tight ends, as we mentioned. Big boy out there, and he breaks the huddle, goes to the left side, far side of the field. Rob lined up down on the near side. He's number 5. He's already got a score in this game on a jet sweep. Let's see how they use him here. Abato under center. They're going to hand off. Ramsey cuts it back and just short of the end zone. Jack Ramsey, another weapon in the Southern offense right now, and there is a flag on the play. We'll see where this is.
Jack Ramsey, the junior, Southern showing off their depth, but they're going to get a chance to.
And Southern last year, by the way, 6-4. Chuck Donahue coached team, so you know they're going to be very fundamentally sound. A lot of football here today. Bridgeton and Delran are coming up at 1 o'clock. Cedar Creek and Old Bridge will be at 4 o'clock today. And Glassboro and Haddonfield will be your night game tonight here at Rowan University. Full day of football. Yesterday you saw Millville lose to Rancocas. That Washington Township Hillsborough game, and of course West Deptford and Kip Cooper Norcross was the early game here. So you get a little bit of everything. And then on Thursday night, it was a real fun night. Holy Spirit and Northern Highlands. Ocean City beat Oakcrest. Bergen Catholic and East St. Louis coming all the way here to play a football game. And that Winslow Township IMG Academy game was a lot of fun. I mean, IMG got off to a fast start. Winslow got back into it. IMG kind of pulled away. But Winslow, I think, showed itself pretty well playing a national power like that. As you see, the penalty obviously walks them back here, and they have now gone from 1st and goal to 1st and 30.
Yeah. And for Winslow, just thinking of them, it's hard to step into a national spotlight for the first time.
Abato's going to throw. They set up the screen, and nice play in the backfield. Making the stop is George Livingston. Brings down Enescu.
Yeah, Livingston flying up out of the defensive backfield, right? This is good recognition. He's not getting sucked inside. You see him at the top of your screen. Good shuffle step to his right, closes the gap, and comes up with a big play when the Tartans needed it.
And you saw Nico Olesko. He just sidestepped the edge rusher. They wanted to try to suck him in, but Livingston did a good job of reading and making that play in the backfield. It sets up a 2nd down and 32 after the penalty, ball on the 32-yard line.
Yeah, they have him set up Livingston as the will linebacker in this 4-3 front. And it looks like we got a timeout on the
timeout on Highland. Highland on 2nd down and 32 senses an opportunity here, and they're going to take a quick timeout. We'll take it with them here. It is Southern 14 and Highland nothing here on PrimeEvents.net.
Dude.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
Highlands calls timeout, trying to get a stop here. A big penalty has been the story of this drive because Southern was about to go in again for the 3rd time. They already lead it 14-0. Can Highland get a stop? Let's find out on this 2nd and 32 play for Southern. Yes, 2nd and 32. A big penalty has pushed this back after a 1st and goal play. Rolling. Throwing, he's got a man, and Rob is open. Did he get the feet in? And he did. A little tiptoe in the corner, and it's going to be a 3rd down on a big catch. But the ball is now spotted right around the 3-yard line, and watch this throw.
A collegiate-level throw by Carson Abato on a collegiate field, and that is a collegiate catch, Mike, by Chris Robb, the junior. 2nd and 32. Are you kidding me?
3rd and goal, really. It's a goal-to-go situation. So the ball is now on the 3-yard line. Off the fantastic throw by Carson Abato. And the catch by Rob in the end zone. He's in for his 2nd score of the game. So Rob catches the big pass. They go right back to him. And it is a 20-0 advantage for the Rams.
The 3-yard TD strike staying hot. This connection, Abato to Rob. They do it again. He didn't have to run so far on the field this time. He slides to his knees and celebrates there with Ace Williams.
So Abato to Rob for the touchdown, and the kick is up, and it is plenty good. With the score, the Southern Rams 21, the Highland Tartans nothing. 5:06 left to play here in the first half here on PrimeEvents.net.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
A 3-yard touchdown pass from Carson Abato to his buddy Chris Robb has the score for Southern. 21-0 they lead. It's been all Rams. They look impressive here. Chuck Donahue's crew looks like they're going to have a good 20-25.
5 minutes and 14 seconds to go 54 yards, overcome a pair of penalties with a 3-yard touchdown.
Long, deep kick out through the end zone. And that's where Highland will start their 3rd chance. And, you know, you talk about how impressive it is. They had a penalty that set them back. It was 1st and goal from the 32. I mean, they had no chance to get a 1st down, and they needed to get 32 yards, and they found a way to do it.
Yeah, and when you sit there, we talked about how some of the penalties had really hurt Highland. Southern, behind their massive offensive line, was able to kind of shake that off. You think about the experience that Carson Abato brings into the game as a junior, along with Rob. They just had a comfort level, stepped up, and no hesitation. This is a must-score drive for Highland.
Highland's offense has struggled. Capra, the sophomore quarterback, and there is nowhere to go. That play was absolutely blown up by Joseph Spina, the senior, 6 foot, 240.
Well, when you look at the tape as the coach and you're in the defensive room, the one thing that you want at the end of the play is to just see a swarm of your jerseys on the ball. They always say, touch the ball, touch the ball. And for a Chuck Donahue coach team, Mike, that's something to be proud of right there. They are touching the ball.
2nd down and 11. Capper breaks the huddle. He's got 2 receivers on the near side. Offset eye in the backfield. They're going to go to the running back. No, there's a fumble, and down on it is Southern. Right there to pick it up. Right there to pick it up is Ty Eckert.
Yeah, Ty Eckert just flashes to the football. We talked about get your hands on the ball. It was the last thing we talked about. And Eckert able to just absolutely annihilate this hole and rip, strip. That's actually a good rip there by his teammate, number 51, who caused the fumble, and that's Lucas Favorito. So Favorito with the rip and strip, and Eckert appreciates the Dunkin' Donut on a Saturday morning.
See if they can take advantage and extend this lead. They already lead it by 3 scores, 21-0, 4:16 to go. Handoff of Bato, getting big chunks of yardage out to the 10, out cross to the 9 is Aiden Koval. Clock running at 4 minutes left to play in this first half. All Southern so far. Carson Abato, the Southern quarterback, with a touchdown pass and 2 runs, one from Alescu, the other one from Chris Robb, who has a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown today.
Yeah, and a 14-yard drive seems to be very manageable for these Rams. And with it being 2nd and 6, they're going to continue, this time going more of a power formation, Mike.
Yeah, I formation in the backfield. Receiver split to the far side of the field. They're going to hand it off. Nope. Play action in the throw. Kind of tipped or diverted there by Javon Livingston.
Yeah, Livingston, good job, right? You get to your defensive end. Come into the backfield if the hand's up. If you can't get to the quarterback, that's good fundamental execution. Interestingly enough, that's the 2nd bootleg pass attempt we've seen for Ocean, or the Southern Rams, that is, and not able to connect. So I guess
Livingston tipped it. Just was able to get a hand on it. So it's 3rd down and 6 for Southern. They break the huddle on the 10. 2 receivers to the far side of the field, 1 in the slot. That is Robb. Keep an eye on him, number 5. He sends a man in motion to the near side. This time they do hand it off up the middle. And pushing forward across the 5, inside to the 2-yard line. And that looks like Hiram Dolores or Jack Ramsey on the inside carry there.
good deception there. Everyone's eyes, like yours, are on Robb, so set him in motion away from the play. Opens up the middle part of the field, and again, that's a B-gap run.
Oh, that's Lucas Alescu who's in the game, number 22, who carried the ball. They've had a variety of ball carriers today. Alescu.
It's a different version of the brotherly shove. They got Luke at the top of your screen. Well, they have his brother run behind him.
Abato. Hands off Cavell and into the end zone for an easy touchdown. The Rams, well, the ball got loose somehow, but it looks like the far official and now the near official both have signaled a touchdown, and the Rams are on the board again. A 2-yard touchdown run for Aiden Covell, and it is now 27-0 Southern.
Pick a hole, says Covell. The big boys on the offensive line. And this time, Mike, number 50, Jake Schoen, the senior, 6'3", 240 pounds, paving the way.
And the try for point for Southern Regional makes it 28-0, and it is good. The Rams 28, the Tartans nothing. 2:26 left to play here in the first half at the Battle at the Beach on PrimeEvents.net.
Whoever you are, Whenever you like. There's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
And our friends over at OceanCityVacation.com. I know a lot of people heading down there right now down the shore. It's Labor Day weekend, which means the start of the football season. And now the start of the football season, Doug, starts before the Labor Day weekend. This Battle by the Beach has started football in our area on this August weekend. This is the 4th year for the event, so if you're driving down the shore or you're heading down there this weekend, have a little fun, but it's football season now.
Hey, I was so excited about it. I actually drove from Ocean City. I was at the Ocean City campground. Mike came all the way up here to Rowan University to celebrate the kickoff of the 2025 football season here with you on Prime Events.
This is a fantastic venue, too, for this event. The fact that these high school kids get to play on a college venue, and this is a great place. Look at the stands. Early morning football, two teams that are just starting the season. Some of the students probably don't even know their friends have a game yet, and yet look at the southern side over there. Nice and full. Nice drive from Manahawkin here, and, of course, all day long the football here at Richard Wacker Stadium, one of the great spots here for football.
Is it too early for the Johnson's popcorn delivery? I could go for some of that on Labor Day weekend, Mike.
I'm sure they'll be shuffling out buckets upon buckets tonight. Capper throws, got a man. It's going to be picked off. Oh, broke it up. 2 Southern Rams there. You had a little bit of a fight between Reality White and Harrison Gross. Both of those guys thought they should have had that one.
Well, English class doesn't start until Tuesday, but, man, he read this like a book. Absolutely stepped up from the secondary and was able to make the play and knock it to the ground harmlessly.
I think a lot of the schools actually start on Friday. Some of them do.
Not Southern. My wife used to teach up there in Stafford Township.
Well, I know the Egg Harbor Township District does not start until Friday, which if you're bringing the kids to school for Friday,
that's rough.
Come on.
Come on, man. Quads formation to the left, Mike. They're really trying to spread.
Capra flushed out, got it, man. It's complete. First down. Gets out to the 35. Javon Livingston on the reception for the Tartans. You talk about the Tartans of Highland. You look at their uniform, very Carolina blue. This event has attracted Bill Belichick to it before, and he, of course, is now at North Carolina.
Perhaps Highland inspired him to go coach for the Tar Heels, Mike?
It's a possibility, and there's a pitch and catch out into the flat. And Sharon Hicks made the catch, but he made it behind the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a loss on the play, a loss of about 4. That's one of those things where your instincts sometimes just says, I got to catch the ball, but you're probably better off not catching that pass.
Yeah, in that case, sometimes just slap it down. Second here and 14. I like the quad piece here, right? So they're taking a page out of Southern's book, trying to create some running lanes, and you can see Southern scrambling.
Empty backfield, and there's a whistle. And we got a flag. It looks like it's in the delay of game area. It's way back at around the 45-yard line.
But here's also the one thing. With that quads formation, you have to be careful because technically not all 4 receivers can go out. Someone has to cover up the tackle. And I only know that because back in my coaching days.
The penalty looks like it was on Southern. They never really indicated what the penalty was. But the flags were thrown by the back judges, so you figured it was a delay of the game. But the penalty was actually on Southern. They moved the ball up 5 yards. So it's now 2nd and 8. Bunch formation to the far side. Capper throws. It's high and incomplete.
So that just goes back to what I was just talking about. That quads formation, you actually saw that George Livingston was staying back, the senior, and it's because he's not technically eligible to leave that box. You see here, as they were lined up earlier in the quads formation. Coming out on the left side, this was that play that I think he found the other Livingston wide open. So that was the play that kind of moved the chains for them and inspired them to stay in the quad.
Now they have a bunch with 4 to the far, 1 to the near. Back to throw. Capra, it's nearly intercepted right through the hands of Luca Iora. Iorio actually had to go right through his hands, and it's incomplete. So it's going to set up a 4th down here.
Yeah. Again, I like the strategy by Highland, right? So you actually have a good throwing lane, good job stepping up, tries to get the ball inside, but defensively staying home underneath.
So now they're going to punt, which the last time they punted, they only netted about 11 yards on that punt. So would you have liked to see them maybe take a shot further down the field there like they did the last time? That's a high snap. It goes up over the punter's head, and it is going to be dropped and picked up, and a touchdown for Southern. Scooped up and in by Dylan Wolfer.
Southern offensively getting it done, defensively getting it done, and now special teams dials it up. It's like blood in the water, like a bad 4th of July Jaws movie on Labor Day weekend, Mike. We're talking about Ocean City Vacations. Well, the Southern defense just absolutely just makes a huge play. And again, that's number 6 for Southern. And a celebration on the tutty with number 3.
Yeah, Wolfer picked it up, but it was the Luke Iorio who's the one who made the ball come out. The snap just goes flying over the punter's head, and they take advantage, and the kick is up, and it is good. With 1:02 left to play in the first half, it is all Southern offense, defense, special teams. They lead at 35-0 here in the first half on PrimeEvents.net.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
Well, another Highland miscue is converted by Southern, and they now lead it 35-0 with 1:02 left to play here in this first half. It's been all Rams. And taking the kick off of his chest, but he was in the end zone. So they'll again start out at the 30-yard line. So Highland has had a house of horrors so far. This is like the Phillies at Citi Field. Whatever could go wrong will go wrong. They've had special teams problems. They've had penalties. They've had a little bit of everything.
And then Southern gets the version of playing game 1 against the Braves, and you put up 19 runs, and Kyle Schwarber hits 4 home runs for you.
1st and 10 at the 20. Capper to throw. Steps up, fires, and it is nearly picked off. Boy, through the hands again. Luke Iorio is the one. That one ran right through his hands, and Ace Williams thought he should have had the deflection.
Iorio started the game off returning the first kick. Here, just steps right up, keeps the head up, reads the running back, and Ace Williams. Ace Williams, that one could haunt him a little bit later on, and you can tell by him grabbing the face mask.
2nd and 10. Now, this is a situation Southern is. They sent the house there on that one. They know Highland's throwing, and it's trips to the near side, one to the far side. Capra takes the shotgun snap. He's going to throw. He looks, he fires, and it is incomplete over the middle of the field, looking for Titan Gray.
Yeah, Nick German there is in the secondary, and he may have arguably had a chance to take that ball in his own right, coming up from the safety position. See it here on the replay, and you got to feel that if you're the quarterback, Elijah Capra, kind of have that little stopwatch running in your head, and it's probably moving pretty quick if you think about the pressure Southern's been able to put on them all morning long.
Now it's 3rd and 10, and you're in a situation here. You get a quick stop, you might get the ball back.
Yeah, 53 seconds. I think it starts running into that category of, as a coach, you're going to call that timeout with a 35-point lead.
Trips to the far side, 2 to the near, 5 wide receivers in all. Empty backfield. Capper takes the snap, steps up, and he is hit, and he is swallowed up and sacked on the play is Lucas Favorito, who came right up the middle. And Southern's defense gets the stop.
The senior lineman, 6'1", 260 pounds. Little stunt as he goes cross-side, cross the face, finds a hole, and just drops all 260 pounds of himself on the quarterback.
And to answer your question, Doug, no, Southern is not calling a timeout here. The play clock and the game clock are 2 seconds apart, so the game clock will roll down to zeros first, and we are about to head into halftime with the score. Southern 35 and Highland nothing. It has been all Rams here in the first half of football. Chuck Donahue crew leads it. The second half, when we start, we'll start with a 35-0 score for the Southern Rams over Highland here. We'll bring it to you coming up right after this on PrimeEvents.net.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
Pride, passion, and persistence. These are the values that drive us all at Ron Jaworski Golf. We strive to deliver outstanding conditions as well as playability for golfers of all ages and abilities. Our championship golf courses offer a variety of challenges, from a link-style walk along the river to an escape into the pines and everything in between. My team at Ron Jaworski Golf is committed to delivering memorable experiences every single day. See all we do at ronjaworskigolf.com.
And welcome back as we get ready to start the second half here of the first game of this afternoon at the Battle at the Beach. Mike Gill and Doug Stasic are bringing you all the action. All Southern 35-0, and under the new rules of high school football, Doug, once this clock starts, it will roll all the way through to the end of the game. So about 24 minutes of football left for you here before the end of this one. And see if Highland, coming out of the break, they'll get the ball back here, get something rolling offensively. A lot of penalties on the Tartans has been a problem as the kick goes into the end zone. But give Southern a lot of credit. They are taking advantage of miscues, mistakes, and they have really executed well.
Execution is the key word. Offensively, defensively, special teams, being aggressive but being disciplined. We gave a lot of credit to the Southern Rams offensive line, Mike, and I would tell you that they have been the key difference maker in the game. They've done a great job of protecting their quarterback, Carson Abato, but more impressive is how they've paved the way for, regardless of who's toting the rock in the backfield, they've been able to move the chains and move the chains effectively, which is why it is a lopsided 35-0 advantage as we start half number 2.
Yeah, that is a new rule in high school football. It has kind of changed. It's evolved. It was 35. It was a rolling clock, and then it's changed to if it got to this score and that score. Now the new rule is it will just roll all the way through as there's a little pitch to the near side, gets a block out in front, and picks up about 5 or 6 around the right side. Excuse me, the near side, and Greg Wright picks up the yardage for the Tartans.
And the mentality here is if you're Highland, you have to focus and act as if it's a 0-0 ball game. You want to put good film down. You want to execute your plays. And regardless, this is just one half of a new season. For Highland, looking ahead on the calendar, it's not really like it's going to get much easier as they face Winslow Township next week.
Now, Highland does play a highly competitive schedule. The boys from Blackwood. 2nd and 4 after the gain of 6. They go right back to the same play to the far side of the field, and this time Luke Iorio is ready for it, making the stop for Southern. Southern, who made the playoffs last year at 6 and 4, looking for bigger things this season. And their first tip, these two teams played last year at this event. It was a 17-0 game.
Yeah, highly competitive. Again, I think where Southern is flexing up a bit is that they have a little bit more experience overall. So that 17-0 game now kind of swells in. You see them maybe growing at a little bit of a faster clip from an experience standpoint. You talk about next week, looking ahead. For Southern, they're going to face Jackson. So Southern in their own right. That's 6 and 4.
Pass is complete, intercepted, and it is intercepted. It looked like it was caught, bounced off, and then taken away by Ace Williams. He almost had a pick earlier in the game, Doug. He wanted one so bad he just took it from the receiver.
Yeah, Ace Williams said, here's a little bit of a thievery. Look at the focus. I mean, right there, that's Odell Beckham-like. The receiver, defensive back, reaches around, pulls the ball, uses the helmet of the offensive receiver to come up with a huge play. He's going to love to see that on the primeevents.net replay, or perhaps his huddle clip later on.
Southern of the Shore Conference will play Jackson and Central, followed by Brick, Toms River North. That should be a good game. Lacey, Manchester Township, Brick, Memorial, and then Toms River South to close out their Friday night slates. Handoff on the near side of the field. A couple yards going forward. So Southern Regional, the head coach, Chuck Donahue Sr. And it's funny, I was talking to Tom Williams, getting ready for this game, and he said, Chuck Donahue's entering his 55th year. I said, the same Chuck Donahue was the coach at Buna? He's like, yeah, the same guy. And obviously Chuck's been around for a while. His son's on the staff, and, the love of high school football for a guy to keep doing this for 55 seasons, as Chuck is now in his 55th high school football season.
Yeah, and tip of the cap to Coach Donahue. That's an industry that has evolved over the course of time, and the inspiration for players that want to stay with the program and to stay with the sport.
Inside handoff, Cavell. Kuval is the senior now. It's a bunch of guys who last year were around, had a couple guys in front of them, and now went from part-time players to kind of full-time. You're seeing the evolution of a program now. You kind of wait your turn. Last year, Cooper Dempsey was the senior running back, the leading rusher. Justin Silva was Cooper Dempsey was the quarterback last year. Justin Silva was the rushing leader for the team last year. Those two guys were seniors and have moved on. So you're seeing everybody who was kind of waiting their turn. Silva last year led the team with 95 carries, 569 yards, 8 touchdowns for the Rams inside handoff, breaking forward across the 20 near the first down. And last year, Kuval as a junior only had 24 carries for 97 yards. And obviously today, he's probably somewhere near there already. So think about that. His whole season from a year ago, he has now pretty much gotten in this first game for the Rams. At the receiving spot, Chris Robb was the leading receiver last year as a sophomore, so he's now back as a junior. He had 14 catches for 242 yards a year ago.
Yeah, and that's the kind of testament you have to a legend like Coach Chuck Donahue, right? In an environment where so many, players come up through these different sports and different programs, and the old school earn your time is a forgotten, is a forgotten part of the sport, right? Like we thought about when we were coming up, and you may not play till you're a junior. For a lot of these kids, if I can't play when I'm a freshman, then I maybe need to go elsewhere. So to see these kind of kids wait their turn, embrace the discipline, embrace what it's like to be part of this Southern Rams program, and now for it to pay off and earn their time, that's huge.
Flag on the play, and it's a holding play call. Jack Ramsey, the ball carrier for Southern. Should be a fun day of football all the way through. Just the fact that football's back. We had college football Thursday night. I was watching East Carolina, North Carolina State. Now, I went to that bowl game last year down in Annapolis at the Military Bowl. Those two schools hate each other. They absolutely huge rivalry. My girlfriend went to East Carolina, so we went to the bowl game. And I'm watching that game Thursday night. And that said, college football's back. High school football was going on at the same time. We know the NFL's kicking off next week. The routine is back. It's great. What a perfect day it is here in Glassboro.
Yeah, you can't get anything better than that. And we talk about just how it feels like we're a union. So at the college football level, your traditions, your routines, what you like to get into, especially on the weekends. For us, you walk into the booth, we see our guys from Prime Event Sports. We see our guy Sean producing the game. I got Ari Bluestein from, back in the SFBN. He's watching the game. Our buddy Tom Williams. I love this time of year.
Ramsey sidestepped and he's taken down. Nice open field tackle there. Looked like Ben Chando stepping up and getting in the stat sheet. First time we've called his name today. Yeah, we saw last night, Doug. One of the things with high school sports is you have programs. And generally those programs are year after year. You see a lot of the same good teams. Programs are good, others are not. This is a long field goal attempt, by the way. It looks like it will be about a 42-yard field goal, and it is good.
Wow. Cole Celeste, the sophomore, 6'1", 170 pounds, showing off the leg. Special teams, not easy to do. College field here, from the 35, that thing is squatted 45 yards. That's a bomb for high school. Jake Elliott, look out.
Makes it 38-0 with 3:05 and counting left to play here. Yeah, last night we talked about programs, and the Mainland Mustangs have been a strong program the last couple of years here. They've played in this event many times. They lost to Atlantic City last night, who has had their, ups and downs, some downs, and then they have started to kind of crawl their way back up. Lost some guys to graduation, including Cheyenne DeGraffenwright, who went to Rutgers. Atlantic City wins last night 25-8.
They're an inspired team. Like, you think about the kind of evolution. We talk about the Graffin, right? We called the Holy Spirit Atlantic City game. Kid makes Sports Center as a sophomore. Sports Center top 10, so glad to hear that he's being successful. He's up in Rutgers, but the evolution of that coach led by Coach Wright is phenomenal.
First win over mainland since 2014 for Atlantic City. And that's the thing, is last night you saw RV and Millville here at this event. A lot of people, Millville has been one of the strong programs. They have put a lot of guys into Division I, a lot of skilled players. And RV, a lot of people anticipating that game last night. And many people were surprised at the result of that game, with RV really handling Millville with ease last night.
Yeah.
Here's a sweep to the near side, bust to the outside, makes a tackle. So he tiptoes his way up to around a first down. We do have a flag on the play.
It's just been that kind of morning for Highland, even when things go right. Little snafu.
See the, listen, we talk about programs. There's certain levels of programs from the top, and then people who just like, hey, we love playing high school football. The Wildwood Warriors, the tradition that they walk through the town, come through the gates, makes you feel like, when you're at Wildwood on Labor Day weekend and you see the football team walking down the street, you're like, wait, what's going on here? I mean, we're really starting early now over at Maxwell Field, one of the great facilities, baseball, football. They got a really nice facility down in Wildwood. But I did see the walk that they do down to the gates that they walk through. Makes you feel like high school football is back.
Well, and when Mike McGarry's got to be in 13 different places at once in a weekend, you know that high school football is back.
Pass is incomplete.
All his coverage from the Press of Atlantic City, pressofatlanticcity.com. Mike's one of our guys we talk about. You really look forward to seeing him at football season. But he's been super busy, that guy. New Yorker in his own right, was at Citi Field this week, comes back, Citizens Bank Park. Now he's coming back out to Rowan to watch some more football games.
Yeah, that was our buddy Brian Kniff down there in Cape May County, who's been a sports writer for years, who posted the video of the Wildwood stuff, the football team marching through the streets of Wildwood on their way to Maxwell Field. We are here at Rowan in Glassboro. It's been all Southern, 38-0 Rams here on PrimeEvents.net.
Pride, passion, and persistence. These are the values that drive us all at Ron Jaworski Golf. We strive to deliver outstanding conditions as well as playability for golfers of all ages and abilities. Our championship golf courses offer a variety of challenges, from a link-style walk along the river to an escape into the pines and everything in between. My team at Ron Jaworski Golf is committed to delivering memorable experiences every single day. See all we do at ronjaworskigolf.com.
Back here at Rowan University's Richard Wacker Stadium, home of the Rowan Professors. They are hosting the Battle at the Beach today. 4 games in all right here on PrimeEvents.net. Mike Gill, Doug Stasic, final quarter, as we mentioned. Once the clock starts with a 35-point lead, it will continue to roll. So 12 more minutes of football and a sack. Braden Sherlin with the hit.
Two-way lineman, offensive and defensive. Little sack attack here as we're creeping in on the afternoon here from Richard Wacker Stadium.
11:29 early game today, and obviously, back in the day, people forget this. High school football was played on Saturdays at 10 o'clock, noon, around then, before all these lights came sprouting up and Friday nights started to happen. But Friday night lights might have happened all over the place, but South Jersey was a heavy Saturday football day.
Listen, the late, great Ed Burns, head coach of Holy Spirit, was a pioneer of getting lights established throughout the South Jersey landscape. Remember, Holy Spirit be one of the first.
Screen, and the pass is incomplete. They set the screen up nicely, but just couldn't complete the pass. And now is a really tough spot. It's 4th down. You're on your own 1-yard line. You tried to punt. It netted 11 yards. You tried to punt a second time, and you snapped it over the punter's head.
Yeah, this is a situation that you just hand the ball off and give your defense some reps, right? We talked about this is only the first game of a long season, so this is a real-time opportunity for Highland to test their goal line defense, and that's probably about the best-case scenario they're going to get out of this.
Well, they're going to punt it looks like anyway. They are in punt formation. And they're going to take a safety. It'll make it 40-0 on the 2 points, and Southern will now receive the ball as well, but they will be taking the ball at a different spot on the field. So Highland concedes the 2 points, and it makes it 40-0. Take a quick timeout. We'll be back. Southern will have the ball when we return here on PrimeEvents.net.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
So Highland, after the safety, will be kicking off. Southern will get the ball, probably pretty good field position again. They have their return men standing back at around the 35-yard line.
A couple of new guys deep there for Southern. Looks like number 38, J.C. Jones, is back, and he's joined deep by number 3, Dylan Wolfer. Of course, Wolfer with the big play on special teams for the touchdown earlier.
And there's a short kick, taking it around the 45, out to the 50, and out of bounds on the far side of the field. So we'll see if we see any more of Abato. Carson Abato, who is a junior, is the starting quarterback. And I do see, it looks like, I definitely see the tight end.
Well, that return there was by Kareem Dolores, the senior.
Dolores.
Don't know the reference.
Oh, man. It's a great Seinfeld episode.
Sorry.
Couldn't remember the woman's name.
So he went with Dolores.
I'll explain it to you afterwards.
All right.
Clock continues to run. New quarterback in the game is Harrison Gross. And a short carry off the right side to Jack Ramsey.
Great opportunity to get some of the youth. A couple of reps here, a little varsity time. Talked about that growth.
1 yard pickup on the play for Ramsey. He's been a part of the game today. He's had a couple carries early in this game, but it's really been Aiden Coville and Chris Raub, who have both had big games today for the Rams. Gross under center. Handoff. And sidesteps a couple tackles and back towards around the line of scrimmage is Sawyer Gross. So you got Gross to Gross on the handoff there. It's always a thrill.
For sure. Had it earlier. Got all kinds of brothers going on. Alescu brothers were out there early on. Now yet a third version of the brotherly shove. You know, Southern, Mike, is that part of New Jersey where you kind of have half Giants and half Eagles. It was very tough when my wife was a teacher there.
Hand off, Gross, and they're going to be short of the sticks. It'll set up a 4th down. And I think for the first time today, the Southern punter is coming out onto the field.
Well, we saw a 45-yard field goal from Cole Celeste, the sophomore, the last time out.
He is the punter as well.
Got to get your reps in for special teams. You know, they're playing Jackson next week.
He is a sophomore, too, so they're going to have a weapon for a couple of years here, as you kind of pointed out. You know, hey, you got a sophomore kicker, and a lot of times kicking is hard to find for teams. Punters, kickers. When you get that guy, though, that is a weapon that a lot of teams don't possess.
So I'm often asked about, you know, high school athletics, trying to get, you know, opportunities to play at a collegiate level. 2 of the best opportunities in all of football, field goal kicker and long snapper. You can get a scholarship as a long snapper.
That's a life.
That's a smart move.
John Dorhambos, who was the long snapper of the Eagles for years. Remember, he got a contract for like around $1 million or a little bit over $1 million, and you're thinking he snaps the ball 4 times, maybe 5 times a game,
and he can't get hit.
And he's got $1 million.
Yeah, they can't hit you as a snapper.
Mama, don't pay for hitting lessons or kicking lessons. Be a long snapper. You want your son to be a millionaire? Have him learn how to long snap.
Because I got a great story for you. So Pat Coyle was the long snapper for St. Augustine Prep. Earned himself a scholarship 4 years at Towson University. Long snapper.
Yeah, there's a kid who went at Mainland, Joe Fortunato, who played at Delaware. There's a completed pass and a 1st down, and it's going to be a foot race towards the end zone. Javon Livingston is going to score. It's a touchdown, 90 yards for the Tartans, and they get on the board.
That's how you leverage the 4th quarter. You got to keep into the playbook. You keep executing. I told you wanted to do some things to go on film. This is a well-executed play by Highland. Little roll out to the right, and Capra gets it to his man. 91 yards, and the Tartans on the scoreboard.
So Livingston wins the foot race down the sideline, and Highland is on the board. They are going to go for 2. They're running a player late onto the field here. Looks like a tight end on the far side of the field. Here's the 2-point try. And it's fumbled and picked up, and Livingston, or excuse me, Brockenbarrow picks it up and rolls in. That's how you drew it up.
Hey, keep the shoulder pads square. Keep running north to south. And when you're as big as him, you can move some men there.
Zion Brockenbarrow, watch this.
Yeah.
Look at the backfield.
Yeah, that's a full house formation. Got some big blocking out in front. Able to somehow use the turf here at Richard Wacker Stadium.
Trent Fleming with a massive block to lead the way. All Rams, but Highland is on the board. It is 40-8, and the Rams will probably be the final possession of this game.
Still some optimism in the stands for Highland. But again, this is a solid takeaway. Keep grinding, keep chipping. Long season. You know, at the end of the day, Mike, they always say you just need a ticket. So try to stack up some wins, even if it doesn't come early in the season, maybe a little bit of a heavier schedule for Highland. You kind of focus and keep that dream alive, keep the goal alive, work your way game by game, set your team up for a chance to get into the playoffs.
Well, onside try, bouncing and dropping on top of that ball immediately is Jaden Krug. 36, that's where we'll have the clock is stopped here.
Change of possession, I believe.
I didn't think it stopped regardless. Could be wrong.
Unless one of the teams called a timeout. Sometimes that'll happen, so if you're getting reserves in, you want to make sure that you have the right personnel.
Now the clock Oh, nope, not yet. Now the clock is rolling. And now there's a stoppage. And Highland is going to call a timeout. They've got all sorts of personnel issues. They do have, let's see, Brockenbrough out there. He's the starter. He's been out there for most of the day.
Yeah. Again, this is now a situation that you still have things you want to execute. So I do like the Highland went with the squib kick there, because that's not usually a play you get to run in real time with not much risk during a real game. And the same deal, for Southern to be able to kick a 45-yard field goal and to bring the punt team out into the field, those are all things that will pay dividends in the weeks to come.
5 seconds rolled off the clock in that whole little thing, and the clock is still stopped. So Southern will start this season with a 1-0 mark. Highland will fall to 0-1. Both these teams play next Friday night. Highland has their hands full, by the way. Brockenborough with a tackle. Nice play by the linebacker. His buddy Ben Chando stepped in there as well. Yeah, Highland's got their hands full next week. They're going to play Winslow Township.
Again, I think starting out early in the season with some of those heavier opponents is strategic. Because, again, you want to...
They get to pick their schedule?
Well, the ADs work them out. That's true. The ADs do work them out. So I think if you're Highland, you want to be one of those teams. Recognize you came off from a tough season last year. Try to earn yourself some of that equity. As I say, playing against the tougher competition will pay dividends later on in the year, trying to stack up a few wins.
Handoff. Bouncing to the outside. Out towards the 40-yard line. Sawyer Gross.
Again, kudos to the linemen here for Southern, even as they bring in their second unit. There's a lot of white jerseys out in front of that football. Testament to the coaching staff and the tradition of the program. Got a very high bar to continue to try to meet.
Third down and 6 with 30 seconds left to play in the game. The play clock, they're letting that roll down. 10 seconds on the play clock. Which, by the way, at the college facility here, they get a chance to see it as opposed to having to look at the back judge kind of using his arm to let you know, hey, there's 5 seconds left on the play clock. That should be the final play of the game, and that is going to do it here as Southern is going to win this one at the Battle at the Beach. First game on this Saturday afternoon at Rowan University. Southern 40, Highland 8. A great start to the season for the Rams. Chuck Donahue enters his 55th season on the sidelines with a victory. And you heard it all right here, and you watched it all right here on primeevents.net. More football coming up here all day long. Sean, you have 3 more. Doug and I are finished for the day, but we enjoyed kicking off the high school football weekend with you here on primeevents.net, and hopefully plenty more great high school football all season long. You can all check out the schedules at SJ Sports Talk and primeevents.net. For Doug Stasic, I'm Mike Hill, wrapping things up. Southern wins it 40-8 over Highland. Have a great Labor Day weekend, everyone.